Make that 6. It's a 6-gamer for the Red Sox in the series opener at Fenway against the Royals. They win at 8-5. Why am I wearing these clothes? We'll get to that in a second. It's another edition of Red Sox Now presented by Fan Arch right here on YouTube. You guys and gals have been outstanding. The subscriptions are going up, but still, we had over 3,000 views yesterday. We're at, 1,300 subscriptions, so you know what that means. You need to subscribe, please. Subscribe to the channel. Comment. The comments are awesome. We'll get to that at the end of the show, as you see. Make sure you like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like your comments, like my comments, dislike my comments. You could do what you want. But we'll have a fun show today. Again, I'm one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Woo Sox. I will be there tonight. I'll be on Nesson Plus with former Big League General Manager J.P. Ricciardi. J.P. is a Worcester native. He is a legend, by the way. But J.P. and I will have the call, and if you have any questions for him, leave them in the comments. He's great. He's got some great stories. What I really like what J.P. will do, he'll talk about what it's like being in the general manager's office. He told us some stories about how in Toronto they had to set budgets, and it's so cool. All right, so what flannel? Like, what is going on here? What is going on? One of my other passions, you guys know been a broadcaster, but I'm a big acting guy. I love acting. I love movies. I've always wanted to be a part of that. A few years ago, I said, what the heck? And applied to be a background actor and submitted. And I've done it. I've done 4 movies. I've been on 2 episodes of Law & Order. And last night, I worked on the Night Shyamalan movie. Is that how you say his name? M. Night. Let's call him M. Night with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's shooting in Rhode Island. Jake was not at the shoot that I worked at. But this was my outfit. It was a big festival in the city of Bristol, Rhode Island. I watched the Red Sox game pretty much the whole time because in movie making, there's a lot of downtime, and I mean a lot of downtime. So I probably worked a total of, a couple hours. So I was able to watch the whole Red Sox game. So yeah, background actor. That's when you know you've really made it big, when you're doing background acting. I do it for fun. I'm not someone that wants to pursue acting full time. I just like being there, and I am so fascinated by that process. So will I do an episode of background acting now? Probably not. We'll stick to baseball. Great win for the Red Sox. They had some adversity. We'll get to that. You know what the back issue means. Bayo's emerging, and again, to your great comments. But, you know, what's great about this club, I just try to enjoy it, right? And they have really turned heads. I mean, some of the things that are going on right now and the way they're playing, you know, I didn't expect this. The way that they've really winning games with their offense now, the way that they're scoring a ton of runs, but how quickly, you know, they had that little lull, and then all of a sudden that 10-game win streak. They had the gauntlet that we talked about, and they went through that 6-6, and they've won 4 straight since. They've won 6 in a row overall, but they're 10-6 during this tough stretch, and it's 63-51. The Boston Red Sox are one of the best teams right now in the American League. And, you know, Milwaukee's number 1 at 68-44. The Red Sox are not that far behind the best record overall in baseball. It's pretty remarkable. They're only 3 games behind Detroit and Toronto for the top record in the American League. And I know a lot of you didn't think it. I thought the Red Sox would be better this year because I thought the moves they made in the offseason were incredible. And we've talked about this a little bit. You know, for the criticism you give to Breslow, we'll get to a comment that's about it. I mean, the fact that he almost, the 4 moves were almost all-stars. And again, Peyton Tolley, a draft pick. And Chaim Bloom has had his fingerprints on this. So has Dave Dombrowski. But in the second year for Breslow, and the offseason moves are huge, and we're seeing them pay off. We really are. You know, and a big guy that Dombrowski drafted was Jarren Duran. Duran with another home run, batting lower in the order. He was 1 for 4 with a 3-run shot. He's got 12 homers, 63 RBIs. But again, the guys that play exclusively against lefties continued. Romy Gonzalez with 2 more hits, a 2-run hit in the first inning for Rob Refsnyder. The reigning player of the week, Story, had a hit. I mean, everyone in the lineup, with the exception of Connor Wong, had a hit. 2 more hits for Alex Bregman. Incredible. Bayo was great. Motts was great. Alcala. Anyone? Alcala, I think this is 6 straight high leverage late inning appearances, and I have to imagine he's probably going to get DFA'd. And Nick Birdie would be the guy, I think, to go up. I think Birdie, we forget about him. Birdie was a really good reliever with the Yankees last year. He got hurt, and he was hurt for most of this year. But that's probably going to be it for Alcala. Garrett Whitlock gave up that hit to Witt, and I was just talking about this with someone on the comments about how I know Abreu, he's streaky. He definitely is streaky. But one thing that he brings is elite defense, and he brings that every day. And he throws out a runner at the plate who goes through the stop sign. That was a huge spot in that game. That was the only out Whitlock recorded. And then Aroldis Chapman lowering his ERA to 1.21, picking up the save, and the Red Sox win it. I like that Royals club. Mike Yastrzemski returns to Fenway this time as a Royal with 2 hits, but I really like a lot of those players. Pasquantino, Garcia, Bobby Witt, Jonathan India, Salvador Perez. That's a pretty good team. You know, I like Kansas City. 56-57, disappointing year for them. I think their fans thought things would be a little bit better for the Royals. Okay, Roman Anthony, a late scratch, had some back issues. Alex Cora said he won't play on Tuesday. Concerned? I'm not. Oh, back's a bad thing. Yeah, but this happened. Like, just think about this, baseball players. Everything that they're doing all year long. This can happen where the back can flare up. If they're not concerned, I'm not concerned. No IL stints. Rather be safe than sorry. You won the game. Go figure. Wilyer Abreu takes his spot and ends up, throwing out a runner. But no, I'm not concerned. But again, let's talk about why trading Duran and what most of us, I think we've all come to that conclusion. Some of you still wanted it. But this is why you don't do it, because you really don't have a lot of depth. If he's not in the lineup tonight, if he was traded and Roman Anthony's not in the lineup, then what would you have had tonight? It's a really good question. Probably Refsnyder in the outfield. But we don't want to see that, do we? So that's why they made the right decision. But, I mean, I think it was more than just that with injuries. It's because Durant's been really good. But I know a lot of you, and let me know what you were feeling when you found out Roman Anthony was scratched. I have to imagine, oh, my God, no. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be a big deal. And he should be in the lineup on Wednesday. Is he emerging as the number 2? I think so. I mean, I think we already know that, right? This might be kind of an obvious question. But there were times this year where things just didn't look right for Brian Bayo. He just didn't look Brian Bayo. And I look at that start against Atlanta when he gave up 7 runs. But if you really look at his game log, he's had 1 bad outing all year. What was the thing that was troubling him early? He couldn't get through the 5th inning. This guy's May. He did not go more than 4 2/3 once. That was it. And what was it? It was high pitch count. It was pitching out of the zone. Remember how much he was nibbling? Sliders away. He was afraid of pitching in the zone. And they've changed that with him. They've told him to be more aggressive with the sinker, with the changeup. And I will bring these stats up. I love this stats portal that I have. This is real dorky stuff that I'm talking about. I know. But from his June 3rd start, 12 games, 6-4, but a 2.61 ERA, 76 innings, 63 hits, 20 walks, 59 strikeouts, a league batting average of 226, a whip of 109. And he, in that 12 games, 6 innings, in all but one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 quality starts. And if you want to go since July 1st, we can do that too. Because we can. We have time. 5-2, 2.42 ERA. So this looks like the Bayo of old. He lowered his ERA to 3.03. If he gets, 13 wins and has a sub 3 ERA, I don't think 2 and 3 matters now. When it comes playoff time, I think it's obvious, regardless of what Giolito does the rest of the year, this is my number 2 guy. I don't want to throw any rain. Does that make any sense, rain in the parade? But the Red Sox still need, I'm pretty confident with Crochet, obviously, and Bale. But we still need the best from Giolito, and we got to see how it looks 4 and 5. I'm still, still concerned, right? I mean, Buehler's not been great, and we'll see what Dustin May gives you. So that's got to be good. We can't have the Buehler leave the game in 4 1/3. The bullpen comes in and eats four or 5 innings and is scoreless, and you win. You can't have that. We need a little more, and maybe Dustin May is a big key. And you got Criswell. And your bullpen is a lot stronger. But good one for the Red Sox. Let's get to your unbelievable, terrific, including a super thanks yesterday. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. That was really sweet. At Barbara Martins 6054. Can't thank you enough. But let's get to those comments right now. At Scott Chalmers 5200. We need a first baseman bad. Do we? No. We don't. I don't think bad. Right now, just don't think long term. You got just a few games left. They could make some changes. I don't know bad. Toro's done a good job there. But if you can improve it, yeah. We'll see if they do that. I'm all set with Casas. Never been a huge fan. I'd love to see the password in the big leagues. They are going to talk to him about this. I think I told you guys yesterday. Our manager, Chad Tracy, we asked him in his office. He said they were going to approach him about it. He's taken some ground balls there. We'll see. That's a big process. One thing that Joe Stinson is doing that they told us this. His chase rate has gone up to 30%. They want that down. So we'll see. Hey, at Smoke Dog 19821. Hey, Mike, I heard that Vaughn Grissom isn't getting called up because he has been defiant and disrespectful, especially towards Fatsy. Do you have any insight into the situation? I've not heard that. I really don't think that's true. If you have a source that said that, send me the article, but I'm pretty sure that's not true. I can probably confirm that later today. Here's the big thing that I think we were all kind of fooled on. And it's fine. When Meyer went down, we assumed that Hamilton was going up to take the spot. Alex Cora is playing this year in this short pocket of games differently. He's playing them like mini playoff games. Or maybe early in the year he doesn't bring Rafael at second. He's fine doing that. And then playing Romy at second. Hamilton is playing very sparingly, as we see. But Alex Cora, I think, just figured, hey, listen, we need just we need someone off the bench that is just going to be maybe late inning defensive replacement and a pinch runner. Whether it's fair or not to say this, it's factual. I was going to say kind of. No, it's not. Vaughn Grissom defensively is just not good enough to be a utility guy for what they need because he also can't run. So that position that Hamilton took is not playing in the big leagues a lot. We've only really seen Hamilton run and late defensive replacement. That doesn't really fit the profile of Grissom. I think if that spot was going to play like Meyer, I think Grissom could have gotten a chance. But this isn't a time for Alex Cora to care about hurting feelings. Like a lot of you guys say he should bring Campbell up. He doesn't care about that right now. He's not going to take a risk to call a guy up. Plus, Campbell's hurt, and he's probably not going to play for a couple days. He's doing whatever he thinks is necessary to win now, today. But I don't think that stuff about Fatsy is true at all. I think they would have released him if that was true. At Snoopy Dad, really sick of people trashing Breslow. He brought all all-stars to the team, stole from the Yankees, possibly the best defensive catcher in baseball. Yep. Put together a stellar bullpen, really good starting rotation. Yeah, not bad. And great team depth. Sick of the talk show mavens, bell aching about losing Joe Ryan, who's having a good year, but really doesn't have any big history of success. Well, either did Crochet. Joe Ryan changes your club, Snoopy Dad. It just, no one got him. But I appreciate the message. Plus, I think I tweeted this for some of you that want to see this. Follow me at the Radio Mike. 2007, Clay Buchholz, Jacoby Ellsbury go up late. They end up playing big factors in. A lot of you brought up David Price back in 2008. And I want to correct myself from something from yesterday. I said, I was defending the Yankees losing their top two starters pitching. Can anyone survive that? And someone said, yeah, the Dodgers have survived a lot of starting pitching injuries. Yeah, you're right. The Dodgers are another team. So Yankees and Dodgers showing you that they can lose a lot of pitching and still win. Not ideal. All right, that will do it for our Tuesday episode. The Red Sox will try to make it 7 in a row, and guess who they have on the hill? Garrett Crochet, 12-4, 2.23 ERA. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but you feel good about it. Ryan Bergert throws for KC. He's 1-0 with a 2.78 ERA. Quickly looking at some stats. The best history on the Royals right now against Crochet is Bobby Witt Jr., 2 for 6. The big 2 for 6 with the double. All right, before you head out, please subscribe to the channel. Please comment. Please like, please. And we'll talk to you again on Wednesday, hopefully talking about a 7-game win streak and a win for Garrett Crochet. Thank you for watching Red Sox Now. It's all presented by FanArch. Go Sox.